Tradingofftilt. I'm Ryan. In this video I'll be getting into my daily update on Bitcoin and show you guys how I'm planning to trade Bitcoin in the coming day and really the coming week in general, just depending on what happens. So getting into it, I'll show you guys what we were going over yesterday, and this is the count I was showing you guys yesterday where we completed a 1, 2, 3. We came down for an expanded flat for the wave 4, and then we were currently in a wave 2, and I was planning for the wave 2 to bounce somewhere near this box or this box down here. Now we've come below both these boxes, and I've kind of modified this count a little bit. I've kind of changed my opinion on what we're seeing as far as this elite wave count goes. So if we come over to this wave 4, we got an expanded, rather a running flat for this wave 2. Then this wave 4, we got an expanded flat. Now for the wave 2 and 4, you want to see variation, so you don't want to see them being comprised of the same corrective structure. So these are both flats, so it would make more sense in my opinion that this wave 4 could be have yet to be completed, and we could be simply in a WXY, or we could be in another corrective structure, which I'm going to show you guys a little bit later. But the point is, I feel like this wave 4 may actually still be in the process of being completed. So instead of this being the sub-mini at wave 1 of this wave 5 up here, we could just be in this wave 4, and we could be doing something like this, A or WXY. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit later what we could be looking at as far as these local elite wave counts go. But that's how I'm viewing the charts right now. The first count I want to show you guys right now, which would be the bearish count, which we have to consider, would be this one right here. And that would be calling this all an A, B. So this would still be an expanded flat for the wave B. But then we come up with the wave C, which would probably just be a 1, 2, 3, 4. Or this would probably be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the wave C. And if this were to be a wave C, for this to be the completion of this wave C, you would have to find a 5-wave structure in this move right here. Because you can't end a wave C with a 3-wave structure in a zigzag, because it would have to be a 5-wave structure to end an impulse. And the wave C of a zigzag is an impulse. So zooming into this structure right here, the only problem which you guys could see right here, it's very difficult to get a 5-wave move out of this structure into the highs. You cannot get an impulse. No matter what you do, you cannot get an impulse out of this move right here. If you were to put 1, 2 here, there's nowhere to put 3, 4 without overlap. Even if you were to put it right here, that would really make no sense, because counting up for this wave, if you call this all a wave 3, there's no way to subdivide it into 5 waves. So the only way we could subdivide this into a 5-wave move to complete this wave C is by saying it's all a diagonal, which I am not a huge fan of, but we would have to say it's a diagonal to make it a 5-wave move, and that would be an ending expanding diagonal, which would be a 1, 2. This would all be an A, B, C for the 3rd, down for the 4th, up for the 5th. Now, like I mentioned, I'm definitely not a fan of calling this a diagonal, because these subwaves just do not make nice zigzags. In an ending diagonal, you want to see all the subwaves making zigzags, and in this case, we don't really get that. This wave 1, it looks much more impulsive. This wave 2, you might be able to see it's a ABC. Wave 3, you could argue it's an ABC, but then wave 4, very sharp and impulsive. Same with wave 5. And the volume profile is not great. So overall, I'm not a fan of calling this a wave C up here, which ends in an ending diagonal. I just don't think it makes a whole lot of sense. Now we have to wait and see. This could be a wave C right here. Maybe this is some sort of W being put in here, and we're in some sort of Y. We have to wait and see what happens, but I'm just not a huge fan of saying that we have a completed zigzag up into this high. So moving on to the next count, well, I need to first go over that if this did happen to be the correct count, then we could be expecting us to be coming down for wave 3 right now, where we just came down for wave 2 previously. We previously came down for wave 1, and then we came up for wave 2, and now we're coming down for wave 3, which we're going to expect to come into the 1.618 of the wave 1, which is 161.8% times the length of wave 1. So that is going to be down here around, I believe, 37.8, 37.9K approximately. So we could expect it to bounce somewhere down here. That would make a lot of sense, because we have a lot of volume support down here. So if this were to be a wave 3, I would expect it to be somewhere down here around the 1.618. That's the bearish count that we have to be keeping in mind. Now let's go over some other counts that we could be looking at. So let's delete these tools. And we could be considering the zigzag count where this has the same problem because we have to consider this top being a completed wave C or wave 3, and it's hard to get a 5-way move into this structure like I mentioned. So assuming this count is correct, we could get a diagonal into this move if we say this is a 1, 2, this would be a 3, 4, 5. That would be in the case that we get something like this. It would look a little bit like this with the trend lines. And then moving up for the wave B. Wave B looks a little bit more impulsive, but we might be able to argue it's something like an A, B, C. This would be all be a zigzag with a very long wave C. And then we could be coming down for wave C of a zigzag, which would be a 5-wave impulse. Now the only problem, well I guess we have multiple problems with this count, but the second problem with this count is that in this first wave 1, it looks a lot more like an ABC, so it's hard to get a 5-wave impulse out of this wave 1. It's very easy to just say it's an ABC. You cannot really get a nice 5-wave impulse. Now, the only way you could is saying this is a wave 1, 2. This might be a very short 3, 4, and although it does overlap this wave 1, 2, if we give it a little bit of leniency, we might be able to say if we get a 1, 2, 3, 4 into this wave 1, and then we came up for wave 2, which is probably a zigzag A, B, C, very long wave C once again, and we could be currently in a wave 3 as so. Now if we look into this, if we zoom into this wave 3, we could say this is a 1, 2, this is a 3, 4, and this 3 is longer than this wave 1, so it would make it a valid wave 3. This could be a wave 4, but the more bear scenario is that we're saying this is all a 1, 2, and this is all an extended 3. So this 3 could actually end all the way down here in the case that we get something like this. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For this, this would be a microwave 3. And we could be in a wave 4 currently, and we could just be coming down for the wave 3 once we complete this more local wave 4. As so. So that's the more bear scenario, but we could technically see the wave 3 ended here, and this is a wave 5, but nonetheless we would still be coming out for this sub menu at wave 4, and then down for the wave 5. And the target to be looking for the zigzag, as you guys probably know by now, is the 1-to-1 of this wave A. So if this is all A down here, up for a B, down for a C, you want to be comparing the length of wave A to the top of wave B to give equality between the wave A and the wave C. So we're going to do that, and you guys can see the 1-to-1, it comes down here around 40.6K in the bottom of the channel, comes in down here around the same level. So that would be a nice target to be looking out for, which aligns with this order block right here around 40.6K as well. So overall, I would say if we fall below this order block is kind of our last hope for the bullish count, because if we fall below this order block, unless we get some sort of miraculous swing failure pattern like that and just get people just buy it back up, then I'm going to be expecting us to fall quite far down here, and that would probably be in the case that this is indeed a 1, 2, and we're coming down for a 3 as so, because we just don't have any volume support built up below this order block right here until we get down here. And as you guys can see, this line right here would be the invalidation point of this being a wave 4, because that would mean this wave 4 would be overlapping this wave 2, which is not valid in an impulse wave. So that would mean this is a 1, 2, or that would mean this is an A, B, C, and like I mentioned, this would be 1, 2, 3 most likely. So let's hide this count. I'm gonna put these wave structures or these labels in the proper folder, and I'm gonna show you guys the next count we could be looking at, which is the WXY. Now I have to mention this is probably my favorite count out of all the counts that I'm gonna show you guys today, and that would be in the assumption that this is a wave 4. So this is a 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, the 3 would be right here. And it would look a little bit like the count that I showed you guys yesterday, except like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this wave 4 is going to be ending a little bit later than we expected. Instead of ending right here, we just put in a wave W right here for an expanded flat for an A, B, C. Then we came up for a wave X for probably a zigzag for an A, B, C. And now we're coming down for a wave Y, which is going to be a zigzag presumably, given the more impulsive wave structure that we're getting out of this move. And I'd be expecting us to bottom out in this order block right here most likely, or we could get a swing failure pattern of these lows below this larger order block right here. The ideal scenario would be us getting a swing failure pattern below this order block here into this order block right here, this more local order block. That would look a little bit like this. We come down for the wave A, up for the wave B, come down for the wave C, and then we just get a wick below and then come back up. That would be the ideal scenario in my opinion. And to give you guys a little bit more context, it would look like this, where this is all a 1, 2, this is a 3. Excuse the noise, I still have the old count in here, but this would be a 3 and this would be a 4 being completed down here. And then once we complete this wave 4, obviously we're going to come up for this minuet wave 5. So that's what we have to expect if we do end up getting a bounce down here. Oops, and then get a rise up. Now we have another count I could show you guys, and that would be calling this all a triangle. And I'm not a huge fan of this count because, like I mentioned earlier in the video, we can't really get a 5-wave impulse out of this move, but we could say that perhaps, no, I don't like that either. I was gonna say maybe the wave A is a flat for this. This could be A, B, C for the wave A. I'm gonna do that once more to make it a little bit easier for you guys to see. A, B, C for the wave A. This could all be a wave A down here or wave A right here. Then we came up for wave B. So this could be an A, B, C, D, E. But in a triangle, you want to see zigzags. You want to see these subwaves comprising of zigzags. And the fact that this is more so a flat makes me a little bit less inclined to go off this count. Now, if we were to get a reaction off this level right here and get a zigzag up to this trend line or somewhere around this trend line, and then get a rejection, that's when we could consider this count a little bit more strongly. But until then, I don't think it's that likely. But I just wanted to show you guys anyways, to show you guys it is a possibility to keep on the table. And yeah, that's about all I wanted to show you guys in this video. That's what I'm looking for in the short term. I'm looking for us to come down. If we fall below these lows right here, I'm looking for us to come down into this order block right here. Now, if we fall below that, we're probably going to come all the way down here. And that's when we have to activate the more bearish count. That's going to look a little bit more like this, where this is all an A, B, C. And if this were to all be an A, B, C, then what we would be looking at in the more medium term is for this to probably be some sort of extended, this would probably be some sort of extended wave 3 in the case that, I'll show you guys the count. Okay, I actually don't have the count on this chart right here, but I'll show you guys real quick. I'll just zoom out to show you guys what we could be looking at. This could all be a wave 1 being put in down here. This could be a wave 2, and we could be an extended wave 3 as so. That would be a very bearish scenario, because if this is simply the wave 1 of this wave 3, I'm going to change the degree structure for you guys. This would probably be minor. Then this would all be a minute wave 1. We came up for a minute wave 2. And then we're going to come down for another 3, 4, 5. And that would probably have us coming down pretty far for that minor wave 3. So that would be a very bearish scenario if we did end up getting a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down into these lows right here. We'd probably get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into this minute wave 3, up for 4, up, down for 5 to complete this minor wave 3. And that would be all in the case that this is all an A, B, C expanded flat. That's all I wanted to go over for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video and in the Discord server. Take care. Bye.